Okay. Hey, goddamn Kyle here, I guess. We're going to go with that. Why not, right? So shit, let's just make it this. Whoops, let's make it this only. How's that? So that's what you guys got right now. Pretty sure. So let's start with some of this, right? That's how we do it. Woo! All right, I'm going to live read what Oh, okay. Oh, man, I had a feeling. Hey, Kyle here, Primal Holes. I'm glad you're with me if you are, and if you're not, you're probably not missing too much. Honestly, probably not too much, man. So I was having a hard time coming up with some topics. I mean, AI can help, but it's not as organic as you'd like. And my age being me, not a, I get a little cringed out by that. Let's see. So I'm going to read the topics that were given to me without looking at them first, and we'll go from there. So I got three people. I'm gonna go with the first. Holy shit! Wow, I needed a topic, and I opened the text message, and it's a fucking novel. Now, here's what I like about this. This novel comes from somebody that getting communication and conversation out of them can be a little sketchy at times, to be honest. I'm looking kind of tan. Nice. Hopefully I'm not getting a toothache, though. It kind of hurts over here. Okay, let's see. I guess I'm just going to read it. You guys are just going to get it. If there's any names in here, I'll try to, not say the names. So I asked my friend, I said, I need a topic, any topic you can think of. And I just wanted something that was going to kick ass. So I got this. I really like the story of the first time night vision was used. Oh, I know where he's going. They used a red color filter, which made whoever was wearing it see things no one else could see. I believe it was during a war, maybe Vietnam. Correct, sir? They said they saw demons and creatures everywhere, and they were even flying. They were so convinced they even shot at them, they discontinued that color of night vision and changed it to green. Now, I have heard this story a couple times, and so what I remember is, God, I wish I could remember there's like a chemical that the amber lens or red lens was made out of. There's something that it was coated with, and it wasn't just red. There was some fucking specific thing. But yeah, I seen a couple of these videos, and I read a couple of things on X and different shit like that. And so, from what I understand, during the Vietnam War, there was a group, like a platoon of whoever. I don't know if everybody had the night vision at this time. I feel like when they were first introducing it, they wouldn't just hand out 100 of these fuckers. So maybe there's like a couple of guys per 10, that probably have this shit. And so I would assume, just my own thinking of this in my own sense of perspective, that if I wasn't one of the people in charge of, having those night vision goggles, I wouldn't believe it, until of course they said, fuck, you fucking put them on and you're going to believe it. So I did, and I didn't do it, but like say I did, and I look up and I'm seeing this shit now, so now everybody else thinks that he's crazy and I'm crazy, and then everybody takes their turns. Now, how do they determine who gets to wear it? Because I couldn't stop. I'd be like, no, I'm not taking these off. Not until I get the fuck out of here. Not until I'm not around things that are demons and creatures and fucking vampire shit flying around me, whatever the fuck it might have been. God, how would you handle that, man? That would be some shit. And I will say, I'm not a disbeliever. I'm not a disbeliever at all. So I could totally see. I can't fucking. Oh my God, I can't read without my fucking. There we go. It would be horrible. It'd be so scary. It would be, you're watching your fucking brother wearing these goggles, claiming to see shit. I mean, it would be hard pressed to get it, from me. Once I saw it, I'd be like, no, I can't. I can't just not see that. How would you? Wow, that'd be a hard one because I would want to be alert and see what the fuck's gonna come at me. If if it was shit. So, I will do a deep dive on that, and I'll get back to you. I wish I had more information. There's a really cool channel on YouTube that I fell asleep to one night that was it was about this. And I'm gonna find that and I'll review that, and then that would be really cool, and I'll let you know. So all right, there you go. That's about all I got. I'd rather do a really cool deep dive on it. So let's see what else we got. So from my son, well, he would like me to talk a little bit about loving your country but hating your government. My son was raised to be patriotic and respect his country. He went through boot camp, did the whole thing, man. And I would say, he's like a patriot type. I mean, he's like if not if, it's almost when. Depends on who you believe. But I'll just talk in this sense of the story. I'm going to talk as though it is. So when the shit hits the fan, and you actually, I'm going to tell you a story because I'm a storyteller better than a opinion giver. So I went to visit Kay, who is my mom. We don't have a relationship really, and I pretty much, in all honesty, I'm all about being honest, man. Oh shit, there's no lights on. No wonder it's so fucking dark. So I'll tell the story. So I go, I did it for my daughter, because she just wanted me to try to reconcile some things. So the visit was nice. We're all good. So I go, as I'm leaving, she asks me if, she goes, I'm just not going to say his name right now on here until I know that he's cool with me saying it. But, I'll just call him Jay. How's that? I'll call him Jay. So she says, hey, as I'm leaving, everything was fine and everything's cool. And she has to throw some venom out, I guess, assuming that I was on the same page as she is on this. Now, I think maybe the reason that she feels this way is because she still sees Jay as a little boy. A little boy. That's how she envisions me, for crying out loud. And I kind of get that, like I look at my kids and all I really see are still the young versions of them, but I fucking understand they're grown-ups at the same time. So anyway, she says, hey, missed you at a birthday party, and did you happen I'm trying to think. She said, did you hear about how he was dressed or something? And so she says, when I showed up, he was fully, in his costume, she puts it, and tried to give me the tone and attitude of as though I'm going to, like, any moment I'm going to jump on her train. And I said, the thing is that there are people out there, Mom, And they take it real seriously. They take things real seriously because there's a chance things will go bad. And I think they're going to go bad. And when they go bad, you got to be prepared to do really bad fucking things. And, you know, his exercise regimen is incredible, by the way. He has put on, holy fuck, man, 30, 40 pounds, you know, and a lot of that is muscle. I mean, goddamn, we're talking natural too. I'm not going to go on a verbal tirade here, but so I said, you know, that's part of his workout. And when things go bad, Mom, you're going to want him on your side. You're going to want someone who takes basically his and his family's safety extremely seriously. You know, I would say that my mentality was definitely you put your family before the law, you know, before the neighbors. I mean, the law to an extent, of course. You know, you can't be covering up for a fucking serial killer. So, and, you know, there's the law in a sense is there's another story behind that too. You know, I interfered one time in a legal situation that I wasn't sure was going to go my way. I wasn't sure if I was going to get arrested or not for obstructing justice over a certain situation. So, luckily, his mother worked for a law enforcement entity. I'm former law enforcement, and I had at that time a lot of friends. A lot of them are passed away right now. I had many friends currently in law enforcement, you know, who he probably would have had a hard time explaining things to. It was weak ass. Anyway, so my son, he likes to go to the range and he likes to ruck, which I don't know what's wrong with him. He's a sick, twisted motherfucker. He gets a heavy ass ruck pack and he goes and he times himself for a certain distance. And along with lifting weights, you know, he does this. And he will do it sometimes with a rifle and a pistol and mags, you know, so that he understands when he goes on this mile plus, 2 mile plus, whatever it is he fucking does, ruck, this is what it's going to really be. You know, in his mind, it's really, truly, truly bad. And this analogy goes for anything, people. And it's just preparedness. It's simple preparedness. Mike Glover has a great book. Everybody should read it. Don't listen to the bullshit about the negative stuff on him online. But preparedness is the only thing that's going to keep you alive in moments. And he keeps himself prepared. Keeps himself prepared. He has a group of friends that he helps coach and keep them prepared. You know, I mean, he has given me equipment. You know, he's hooked me up with knowledge. And he's taken this part of his life very seriously. You know, and as a parent, you got to respect that. As a grandparent, you got to respect that. If his grandpa was still around, I think he would have told his grandma to shut the fuck up. You know, I really do, because it you know, he has been into this. You know, there's those kids that, for example, I always wanted to play either cops, like just cops and robbers, cops and bad guys. I wanted to do, I'm old enough that it was Cowboys and Indians. I'm sorry. That's what it was called in my youth. You know, I guess now it would be, I guess you can say Cowboys still. Cowboys and Native Americans, you know, and that's what I wanted to play. And I wanted to play war. I played war all the time. I wanted to be a ninja. You know, I mean, I dressed as a ninja as a kid throughout many years. I was out there at night prowling around the neighborhood. Nobody's seeing me. I'm playing war out in the woods with like a dark camo homemade ninja suit that I had on, that I'd be out there basically ghillie suiting people as they walked by me. You know, I did it. I did it all. I grew up to be an adult. I got into law enforcement and corrections and love guns and knives and flashlights. And so does he. I just don't have the discipline to do what he does. I wish I did. I wish I thought about it 20 years ago. You know, I mean, actually, I wish I would have thought about it in 2013. That would have been a great time to think about it more. But anyway, another story, other stories. Anyway, she didn't like my reply. I let her know that there are people that she'll need in her life, and he's going to be one of them if she needed any kind of protecting at all. So anyway, I'll go into my end of times apocalypse strategies later. But let's just say I'm going to be one hell of a crime lord in my neighborhood, or whatever neighborhood I choose. You could just say like me, my son, and posse, his people, my people. We're going to have to, I mean, the only way you can do it in the apocalypse, right, Jay, is crime lord style. Okay, I think I'm about done. So I'm going to say good night. Really enjoyed talking to you guys. I hope it's not as dark as it looks on my end. It looks dark as shit. All right, it's been great.